Our podcast is a part of the World Podcast Network, now with over 1,000 podcasts. Visit the World Podcast Network at worldpodcast.network to listen to podcasts in over 12 genres. Come vote our podcast episodes up and help us rise on the leaderboard. If you have a podcast of your own, you can join for free. Patreon, going strong. If you want to go over there and join in on the fun, we got 3 tiers on Canadian dollars. First tier is $3 a month, where you get these episodes ad free. You also get AMAs once a month, or Learn About Me episode once a month. And then on the second tier, which is $5 a month, you get everything from the first tier, as well as coverage of a reality show of yesteryear. That's right now Jersey Shore, currently in season 3. You can also go to the main feed, where there will be the first episode of every season released there, so you can try that before you head over to the Patreon. And then on the third tier, you get everything from the first 2 tiers, as well as coverage from a true crime documentary. We got the backlog of Ashley Madison documentary, Man of 1,000 Kids, Into the Fire, Lacey Peterson, and again, all those episodes for the first episode of each is in the main feed, so you can try that before you head over. So if you are interested, you can head over to patreon.com/realityt times 2, and you can sign up for whichever tier you feel for. Again, you can try before you buy, which basically means you can try any tier for a week before committing to it. Even if you are on if you are on tier 1 or the first tier and you want to go over to the second tier, you could still try that second tier for a week before committing to the upgrade. So again, that is at patreon.com/realityt times 2. And of course, the link is in the show notes, website, social media accounts. It's all available there. Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we are going to be discussing 90 Day Diaries. We're taking a little break from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and we're going to do the second last Diaries episode. So we don't have any hot cross this episode, and as you can see a little bit differently with this episode, we're now putting the announcement for Patreon at the top of the episode. So we're not going to talk more about it here, but I'll just remind everybody that on the third tier of Patreon, our true crime documentary is going to be Twin Flames. So you can look out for that on the main feed for the first episode on the main feed. As a try before you buy. And then the other 2 remaining episodes will be strictly on the Patreon. So that's the only thing I want to say. Let's hop into the reason that we are here, and that's Diaries. So just as a reminder, I did mention I was probably going to do the last 2 episodes in one episode, but this is actually pretty jam-packed. So that's why I'm doing it separately. So this is only episode 11. But just as a reminder, Ed is on this episode, and I am not talking about him. He's not being discussed. If you want to watch his stuff, you can on the episode 11 of Diaries, if you so choose. But he is not being discussed on this podcast, and for that matter, I don't think any podcast. So let's just hop right in. So we have John, Boston John. Okay. And we see him calling Patrick while he's making some lunch. And he's making, like, I guess, an egg and cheese sandwich, and I guess Patrick doesn't like egg and cheese, and John is like, "You hate egg and cheese? Why do you hate egg and cheese sandwiches, bro?" Like, I guess it's, like, so blasphemous that you don't like egg and cheese sandwiches. So anyway, they kind of talk about the wedding and Megan, and he tells him, Megan keeps talking about the wedding. Well, that's kind of what happens when you propose to somebody, but she wants it done now. Now, if you don't remember from Single Life, you remember from the Tell All, he does propose to her, whatever. And the whole thing with this is that, like, she had this timeline. You need to move to Texas by this point, or we're breaking up. I think they were together for 6 months to a year, I think, dating before he moved to Texas officially. And then the next thing was, okay, well, you need to propose to me within a year, otherwise we're gonna be done. So then he did that. So now it's like, you need to marry me within a year or we're breaking up. Like, she's very strict about her timeline. So he says, like, he's hesitant on marrying Megan because they fight all the time, which honestly, I feel like it's a good of enough reason to pump the brakes to make sure, like, you're not constantly arguing all the time. Like, he says, like, it's draining. Like, and it would be draining to constantly be fighting with each other. And y'all, like, we witnessed one of their arguments on this episode, and is how just nothing, it takes nothing for them to argue, basically. So he's like, he wants to kind of do this right, do it one time. He says, my mom was married 4 times, don't want to do that. May she rest in peace. He doesn't want to kind of do that for himself. He's like, I don't want to be a stepdaddy of this child, this child, and this child. He wants to do it one time, and he wants to do it right the first time. So Patrick suggests, you know what? I think what you could do is act like, you know, you want to do this, like you care a bit more of doing this. You could go to like a venue, but like take your time. Maybe like go to the venue and kind of, we could keep kind of looking, and you keep that going. It could keep her satiated for a bit. Or even, you know what? You could even go and do cake tasting, and you wait a really long time until you find the perfect tasting cake. It could take a year to find the perfect tasting cake. I'm sitting here watching this and I'm like, that is so ridiculous. And John even says, that has to be the stupidest idea that he's ever thought of. And telling me to basically, placate her through the wedding planning, in order to buy time. You know what? That might be a good idea. I'm going to do that. It's actually probably one of the smartest things he's ever said. I'm like, the flips and the switches that John literally did in this moment. And you see, y'all, this is why John is gold. This is why John was the fan favorite. This is why we can't have Patrick and Thais without John. I'm just saying. Then they are going to go do that cake tasting. He's taking Patrick's idea and is like, let's go do something for the wedding planning and make her happy. Um, he's like, I'm making a step for Meghan, so she's gonna be happy. He's like, I can eat some cake and I'm gonna be happy. It is a win-win situation. Not until she sees this episode. Anyway, she's like, we've been engaged for a year. You heard that all right. It's a whole year. And I'm like, so? Like, she's literally trying to play to the audience of like, can you believe it? He's literally made me wait on a wedding for a year. He's not making an honest woman out of me, quote unquote. I hate that term, but I'm just using it for a year. And I'm like, so what's the big deal? Like, that's kind of my thought process. So I'm just like, girl, you're not winning anything over here. Anyways, she's like, I hope you know, like, I'm particular, or sorry, he says, I hope you know that I'm particular about my cake. So this could take some time. Okay. The cake can't be too dry or too moist. Okay. Has to have the right amount of creamy. It has to be perfect. And honestly, I feel like he is describing the heavens of cakes. And the only place he can probably get that cake is in heaven. And if he keeps up with this stupid idea, he's going to get that cake sooner than he thinks. Anyway, because she's going to kill him. That woman will kill him. I'm telling you. Anyway, then we kind of see them because she's kind of saying, like, I don't want to wait forever. I want to have this done. I don't like, she's like, he wouldn't even go to the courthouse and do that. And he's like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We had this discussion. You told me that you don't want to go to the courthouse. So now you're trying to do the flipping and switching on me. Like, he's saying, like, I'm the reason we're not getting married at a courthouse. I think John doesn't give two shits where he gets married. I think he's perfectly fine getting married at a courthouse. I 100% agree. She's the one that doesn't want to get married in a courthouse. But like the biggest thing here is the ease of which these two start arguing. The ease. They just like it's like I feel like she's kind of playing with him a little bit, or maybe not fully. I think that's what she's doing. And he is just like, you know, getting triggered by it because they've had this conversation. She's the one that doesn't want to do it, but then she's getting triggered by him. It's just so easy how easy they start arguing. And I'm literally sitting here being like, wow, so is this what it's like? Is this how you two fight? And it's actually a really stupid argument. It's like, an old couple arguing, but it's just like, this is stupid. You want to get married? Okay, cool. You don't want to get married in a courthouse? Okay, cool. Fine. But it's just like, it was weird. Anyways, then they kind of start talking to this cake lady, and he asks her this question. He's like, how long? Or so before we get there, sorry, I'm going too ahead. She says, when is the big day? And he's like, oh, the famous question of when is the big day? And I don't have an answer because trying to, he's trying to placate her. But he's like, let me ask you a question. How long is too long? And she's like, you know, I think 2 years. And surprisingly enough, I actually thought Meg was going to be like, no, no, that's too long. That's too long. That's not my time, but it's a year. It's a year. But she actually takes this and runs with it. I'm like, huh. And she says, I think that's reasonable. I think, John, you need to marry me within 2 years after the engagement or we're done. So I guess they're going to get married in like a year because he always, for some reason, seems to thrive under pressure. He under pressure. Like he's literally like, okay, cool. It's, anyways, that is John, our sweet baby Boston John. Sparkles. I love him so much. Anyways, let's move on to a couple I completely forgot about. Clayton and Anali. Now, if we don't remember Clayton and Anali, because they are a newer couple or newer to the franchise, he's the one with the guinea pigs and mom who sleeps in a closet. This is who we're dealing with. So my girl is speaking a little bit more English than she was last time we saw her, and I'm like, oh, I'm, you know, I feel like a proud mama. And you know what? His mom also feels happy because she's like, we speak American over here, you know? And again, I'm sorry, as a Canadian, what is American? What is that language? because that's not a language. Why do hillbillies or hick town people or maybe just white people in general, why do they say, speaking American? That's not a language. Just like Chinese is not a language. It's, or I don't know, trying to think of somewhere else. Filipino is not a language. American is not a language. You speak English, anyways. To that point, he's showing us around his new house. As we know, they moved to oh shoot, Oklahoma. There we go. So he's showing us around. He's like, "Look, we got a couch. It's new, but it's actually not new. It's actually used." Okay, then let me show you. And my mom says, "Oh, wait, she doesn't live here anymore." But my God, y'all, he opened the goddamn closet. They're just leaning in. But he's like, if she were here, this is where she would sleep. Come on now. Anyways, we see the guinea pigs. They have a new mansion apparently. So we got baby pig and what was the other one's name? I don't know. Who cares? We got baby pig and I think baby pig is the one that maybe shit in front of its opening. So now it's like you have to step over the boop. Anyways, whatever. He then shows us a studio. He's like, it's MySpace, but not MySpace, not like Facebook, but like there's a space between my and space. Okay. Okay. As as a millennial who had a MySpace page, sir, MySpace doesn't exist. Actually, does it exist? If I were to type in myspace.com or whatever the URL was, I don't remember, will it pop up? Will Tom still be my friend? Like, I feel like MySpace doesn't exist anymore. So we know you don't mean MySpace. Okay? We know that. Anyways, the studio he has is for his passion. And y'all, his passion? Stand up comedy. And I'm like, so is every single man in the 90-day universe going to try their hand at comedy? No. I Love Sarper didn't go good. Clayton? We'll get to it. But then anyways, this is what he wants to do. Apparently, this is a dream he's had for some time. So like this is what he wants to do. Um, she does say that his MySpace looks like an asylum. Which is funny. But she doesn't say asylum properly, or she doesn't know like but he says it. And the poor girl can't say asylum properly. It's a tough one. It's fine. But he's like helping her how to say asylum. Anyways, he has a show coming up, so he wants to be practicing. He's like, yeah, and we're trying to save up some money for their second wedding in Peru. Are we gonna have the joys of seeing that? Because I want to see. Yo, listen. Come with me on this journey. Are we going to see the second wedding? Because I actually want to see the second wedding for this reason. I want to see them eating guinea pigs. It's going to be amazing. Number two, her father. If you remember, she did tell her father that she was even getting married to Clayton until after, or was it after, like right before they got married? And like that also didn't go good. So I really want to see this. Make it happen. Anyways, so he's hoping that, with this new side hustle of stand up comedy will help pay for their second wedding. So then they kind of start arguing, kind of, about like, I guess the whole comedy thing, and maybe I think she's having a healthy dose of like reservations of all of this. And he's like, you don't believe in me? Sir, I don't believe in you. I don't believe in you. And as reality Gaze calls it, mayo hands, I don't believe in you. He really does have the softest looking hands. Not the type of hands I want touching me. I need a little rough, a little bit of callous. Just a little. Anyway, but it's just, I don't believe in you. I think, I don't think she needs to believe in you because she's your wife. Sir, this didn't go good. Because let's get to it. We get to the sketch or the comedy sketch or the whatever that he's headlining this, apparently. And go figure, in the beginning, no one's laughing. And then we kind of get one laugh. And then maybe three. Or there could be another two there, and then there were five. I'm like, okay, is like everybody laughing? It was a really slow start. I honestly didn't find him like extremely funny, but did get some laughs. Um, he says, maybe I can quit my day job and just do comedy. How about no? Okay. How about no? Dr. Evil style. I'm gonna just come, move my little wheelchair thingy up to you, be like, how about no? Scotty, no. Like, no. So I guess like is this how his main focus is doing the comedy and he's like, I don't need to play Dungeons and Dragons, whatever the hell he was playing on the computer. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for them. Let's go to Ashley and Manuel, y'all. This was something. So the next day after she's won, not won, but she placed right eighth. Um, she's upset. She's with her sister Cece. She's upset, and she says to Cece, "He's just trying to ruin my life again." Apparently, he got upset because nothing is about him. More on that in a minute. She says he left when people were like congratulating her and basically was just like outside, didn't come back in, moping around like a child. And she's embarrassed. And I would understand her embarrassment because it's like, this is supposed to be my husband. He should be supporting me. He should be happy for me. Instead, in front of people, he's having basically a temper tantrum. And that would be embarrassing because it's like, I want people to know my husband supports me. And he can't even fake it till you make it. He can't even do that. She says, like, I am disgusted by him. I do not want to share space with him. I don't want to be around him. So, y'all, not even sex in a public place is going to fix this situation. It's really bad. It's real bad. But see, that's the thing. And I talked about it in their season. This goes to show when you actually have real situations and real arguments, sex is not the end all be all. It's not the fix it situation. It's just putting a band aid and ignoring it, even though it's not going to get better just by putting a band aid on it. Sometimes you need to get some hydrogen peroxide and some polysporin or neosporin, whatever the hell you want to use, and cleaning it and putting some, you know, polysporin to help with, stop an infection. And you're trying to heal the situation from the inside out. You know what I mean? That's how they need to treat their marriage. Healing it from the inside out because like what is going on here? And she's like, I don't want to travel back home with him. Like they have to share like a casino space. And she doesn't even want to do that. She also says that he said, I don't want to go to dinner. Okay. He doesn't want to do that. You can go celebrate by yourself since all you care about is the gym. Why are we so salty? Why are we so, we all have something we care about. Now, can I understand from a perspective of my boyfriend can spend hours upon hours at the gym and it can become a problem in terms of If you say you're going to be somewhere, you need to be there when you say you're going to be there. Yes. So I can kind of understand from his perspective, but I would never tell him, don't go to the gym. Don't take care of your body. Don't do those things. Don't do something that makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, it's also helping your mental health. So, of course, it's a different situation because he is a man with muscles, which, is then leaning to this thing that he keeps saying. All he cares about is that she's not building muscle. That she's not going to look like a man because I married a woman, friend. And it's like, not everything is about you. You get the privilege of being able to have her body whatever way she deems acceptable. Okay. It's a privilege, it's not a right. Just because you're married doesn't mean shit. And she is allowed to do with her body whatever she wants to do. She wants to go work out and she wants to, be a bodybuilder and enter those competitions, then that's something that she should do. God damn it. Let her have it. Let her have it. If she decided one day she wanted to put tattoos all over her body, just all over her body, and with piercings and shit, then that's her decision. She's allowed to do so because it is her body to do with as she pleases. She wants to go out there and be a stripper girl, you shake your ass and watch yourself. Do what you gotta do. Okay? Just it's your body, your decisions, and he should support that. Like bottom line. You can't make something that she's doing for herself about you. Because not everything is about you. The world doesn't revolve around you. More on that in a minute. She tells Cece, like, I don't know what to do with my marriage. I don't know what to say. Now they're back home from Texas, and she says, like, we haven't really talked much. We haven't really interacted. So I guess sex isn't fixing anything. I don't know. But she asks him, do you think you could, be more receptive? And he says, well, you never came to me. You're talking to all these people at the gym, and I'm waiting for you for 10 minutes to take me into account. Sir, sir, did did someone piss in your Oreos or your Cheerios, whatever the hell the terminology is? Did someone just piss all over you? Did Jasmine come and just piss? Like, this isn't about you. She's doing something for her. This competition is about her. The focus and the attention should be on her. And you can have the attention through her. Like, that's my wife. That's my wife. She's doing so good. That's how you can have the attention. Otherwise, take several seats and shut the fuck up and let her have this. You'll have your time when the focus is on you. But this is her time, and she's gonna have the focus squarely on her as she should. Like, it is incredible the amount of, I don't even know if I can label this narcissism or just very self-involved. He's very self-involved, but I've never seen it so bad as in this moment. And I didn't realize it was this bad until this moment. How self-centered and self-absorbed he is, and he expects everything to go his way, even if it means trampling all over his wife's dreams or goals or whatever. Anyway, he ends off his little rant with a fuck you. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. We're just acting like children, basically. She says, it was about me. And yeah, it's always about you. No, sir. This really was about her. And you picked something like this to decide, oh, it's always about her. Nothing's ever about me. She ignores me. We're not a unit. But you waited till now. to think what you're thinking is ridiculous. So she says, yeah, she says this, she says about me, um, is like, I don't like muscles. So like he literally is like, it's all about you and there's no focus on me. Oh, but I also don't want muscles. And he's like, I married a woman, not a man. So this is the thing. We have in society has built up what the ideal man looks like and what the ideal woman looks like. But again, I feel like this generation is also going against the grain. It's not, the stereotypical look of what a woman should look like doesn't have to be that. You can be whatever it is you want to be. And if she wants to go out there and build some muscle, then let her. If you're really truly going to make it a big deal, that says more about you than it is about her. But then he, I guess, remembers, oh, well, I'm on TV, so I already on the best behavior. He says, well, I'll support you. No, you won't. You've literally just given multitude of reasons of why you're not going to support her. And she says as much. She says, no, you don't. You don't want to support me. Don't tell me something you don't want to do just to appease me. Because it doesn't make it easier, it doesn't make it better. So don't bullshit me. And she says, I do not want to be with someone who's going to try control how I look. But I think he is definitely going to try to control all of those things. How she looks, how she presents herself, all that. It's just not much how to change for her man. I mean, I should just accept, you know, whatever she's gonna do. Anyways, that's it for Ashley and Manuel. And we're not gonna see them again. But that is also the end of this episode. So the final episode of Diaries will come out fairly soon, but you'll probably get a seeking, what do I keep saying, seeking Secret Lives of Women Wives episode or two before this one comes out. But you'll get this one soon, nonetheless. Or the next one soon, nonetheless. But anyways, that is it for this episode. So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps. Every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there. And you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Week Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.